Hello everyone. If you have a dream, there will be lots of hassles and problems. But imagine when you will get your dream, when you will be a psychologist, clinical psychologist, or whatever you want, how wonderful life would be, how wonderful feeling would be. When we get failure 2 or 3 times, mostly we start raising questions on our potential, our capabilities. I'm getting many messages, many calls that I'm getting demotivation because of last failure and I'm losing hope now. I'm talking to you. Yes, you. If you are not accepting failure, believe me, no one can defeat you. You just need to re-evaluate your preparation strategies. If there are any weak points, work on those instead, questioning on your potential, on your capabilities. Success will definitely embrace you. Today, in this video, we will discuss about stereotype and prejudice. It is really important to know the concept of all these because these can contribute to answer 1 to 2 questions in psychology entrance examinations. And some students face problems in understanding the difference between stereotype and prejudice. I will try that after today's video. You should not have any problem understanding the difference between these two. So let's begin. Do you know the answer of this question? Question is, person A holds a very strong emotional disgust toward members of a different social group. Person A really hates these outgroup members. Choose one of the following suitable term. Option A, discrimination. Option B, prejudice. Option C, stereotyping. And option D, all of the above. If you know the answer, that's great. But if you are not sure about the answer, I am much confident that at the end of this video, you will be able to answer this question with confidence. We all belong to social groups and they help to form our identities. But we are often biased against others and showing prejudice and stereotypes. These are related, but there are significant differences too. Let's talk about the stereotype first, then we will talk about prejudice and difference between these two terms. A stereotype is a belief that associates a whole group of people with certain traits. We can say it's positive or negative, a specific simplified belief about a specific group. And groups are often stereotyped on a basis of sex, sexual orientation, caste, gender identity, race, ethnicity, nationality, age, socio-economical status, language, and so forth. For example, a common stereotype is politicians are opportunists, Asians are good at maths, women do gossip a lot. So all these are the common stereotypes. There are 2 main factors that form a stereotype. Number 1, categorization. Categorization means we separate people into groups. And then second, how you perceive group. Like you are perceiving that group as in-group or they will be out-group. So first will be categorization and then second, you are identifying group as in-group or out-group. So formation of stereotypes begin with the tendency for people to group themselves and others into different social categories. Then, on the basis of social categorization, we make quick inference or we start guessing about that particular group. And we start assuming that all members from that group is similar. All have similar characteristics, all have similar attributes. These kind of thinking we are not developing for in-group because we know each other, so we understand all are not same in their group, but person is unable to understand the difference between members in out-group. So, person develop a specific belief or assumption about individuals based solely on their membership in a group, regardless of their individual characteristics, their personal characteristics. They are focusing on group characteristics. This is stereotype. Let's try to understand prejudice now. Then we will discuss on differences. As I mentioned, there are similarities between stereotype and prejudice. So stay with the video till end to understand the differences, right? So we can say prejudice is a negative attitude and feeling toward an individual based solely on one's membership in a particular social group. Prejudice is common against people who are members of an unfamiliar cultural group. An example of prejudice is having a negative attitude toward people who belong to a certain country. Prejudice can take the form of dislike, anger, fear, disgust, discomfort, and even hatred. The mass media plays an important role in how many people learn to be prejudiced. This type of learning happens because the media often present people of color in a negative light. The media unwillingly reinforce the prejudice that individuals already have or even increase their prejudice. A prejudice can be based on number of factors including sex, race, age, sexual orientation, nationality, socio-economical status and religion. Some of the well-known types of prejudice are racism, religious prejudice, ageism, homophobia, xenophobia. Now it's important to understand the difference between both because both look similar. So, a stereotype is a thought, a prejudice is an opinion. A stereotype is attitude about a labeled group, and prejudice is an agreement with stereotype leading to negative emotion. Take an example to understand it completely, because this look confusing. Suppose Pooja thinks that meat eaters do not care about environment. This is stereotype, a negative stereotype. And just because of this stereotype, she decides that she does not like Rahul or hate him just because Rahul eats meat. This is prejudice, or we can say this is prejudice. Means Pooja's thought, belief about meat eater is stereotype, and when they present emotion, attitude, opinion on the basis of this, it will be prejudice. So according to this example, we can say cognition is stereotype and feeling is prejudice. Right? So I hope this video assisted you to understand stereotype and prejudice. Now the question time. And yes, everyone has to answer, right? So person A holds a very strong emotional disgust toward members of a different social group. Person A really hates these outgroup members. Choose one of the following suitable term. Option A, discrimination. Option B, prejudice. Option C, stereotyping. And option D, all of the above. Pause the video and type the answer. I know you can answer this now. If you are still confused, replay the video. So, correct answer is prejudice, because person A representing an opinion, feeling, negative emotion. So correct answer is prejudice. At the end, I would like to say, be kind not only for others, be kind to yourself as well. Spread love and be happy. And today my team has clearly said that I do not request for like and subscribe. So today don't forget to mention it. So if you find our videos informative, like it, and you can press the dislike button too if you don't like it.
Sir, Sir, subscribe.
Okay. So if you like our initiative, do subscribe. And yes, if you have any queries, mention in comment box. Take care. Bye.